Yo, what is up, YouTube, man? How are we doing today? We have another reaction video today that is going to be the horrific case of Armond Johnson. So this is kind of like those criminal psychology videos I've been watching, but it isn't by the JCS guy. It's a JCS inspired channel, so it's by people who watch that channel and they're inspired by them to do the same type of videos. So this is going to be kind of like a mimic of that, but it's just a different case. I have no idea who this person is, so let's find out what they did.
And cell tower information in connection with this phone that you were not at home.
No, I was at home.
No,
Listen closely.
I'm listening. I was at home.
no, you weren't. This phone went to the area of East 63rd Street. And this phone went into the house
No, I was at home. I never went to the house. I was at
of
home.
Kira and your baby.
Oh, no, listen. I was at
No,
home.
listen to me.
I'm listening.
Listen, just pay attention.
Okay.
The phone records aren't going to lie.
The phone records show that this phone left your house.
I was at home. Oh, y'all don't understand. I was at home. I was at home with my grandmother. I was at home. I was at home. That's where I was at. That's where I was at.
He's at home with your grandmother. What is your grandmother saying?
Before a suspect is subjected to due process, certain factors are to be taken into consideration before adjudication. The defendant's mental capacity and whether or not they are competent enough to stand trial. The defendant's criminal history, which helps determine an appropriate sentence to impose. The facts, evidence, and testimonies presented during trial, which will be later cross-examined by both the state and defense, which concludes with the final factor, deliberation by a judge or jury. However, what makes the case of Armond Johnson rather intriguing during this process is his extensive criminal record along with his cognitive deficiency, as Armond was diagnosed with intellectual disability disorder. To provide a bit of context, on July 8, 2000...
Wait, hold on. What is that? Neurodevelopmental disorder that begins in childhood and are characterized by intellectual difficulties as well as difficulties in conceptual, social, and practical areas of living.
Intellectual disability disorder. To provide a bit of context, on July 8, 2019, police would report to East 63rd Street and Fleet Avenue in Cleveland, Ohio, in response to a victim found laying in an empty parking lot, suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. When police arrived on scene, they would make a harrowing discovery. The state's prosecutor, Michael O'Malley, would paint a vivid picture in the mind of the jury, stating that after an argument ensued between Armond and his girlfriend, Takira Collins, in a jealous fit of rage, Armond would fatally shoot Takira 10 times, 3 of which were from behind and 1 to the back of her head. Armond would then use Takira's phone in order to send a fake text message to himself in a poor attempt to cover his tracks. After
I let Michael come see Aubrey and he trying to burn the house down.
shooting and killing Takira in her own home, 2-year-old Aubrey Stone and his biological son, 6-year-old Armond Jr., was asleep inside their room, unaware of the danger that was about to occur. That is when Armond would take Takira's vehicle and retrieve a gas can from his grandmother's garage. Armond would drive back to the residence before dousing the home in gasoline and setting it on fire, with the 2 children still alive inside. Upon further investigation, arson investigators were able to determine that an accelerant had been used to help fuel the fire. But investigators also noted that the house did not engulf into flames, due to its double pane windows preventing the glass from shattering, thus preventing oxygen from entering and fueling the fire even further. As a result, both Aubrey Collins and Armond Jr. would suffocate from smoke inhalation as they were unable to escape. Armond exited the residence. 35-year-old David Cousin Jr. was returning from his job when he spotted Armond standing in front of the house. As a result,
You're caught,
Armond
buddy.
would shoot and kill David, leaving him to succumb to his injuries in a near
Never mind, you're not caught. My bad. You were caught, but I mean, I guess you killed the... It's like in I don't want to make a game reference, but it's like in Red Dead Redemption when you kill somebody and then there's like a dude, you know, strolling by on a horse and he goes and it says he's going to commit the crime, you can shoot him to stop it or like hog tie him up and then like put him by a tree or whatever. Or you can let that person go tell the authorities and then you have more of a bounty on you.
Nearby. As a result, Armond would shoot and kill David, leaving him to succumb to his injuries in a nearby empty parking lot. When police arrived on the scene, all 4 victims were pronounced deceased, and an investigation would shortly commence in order to find the culprits. After reviewing nearby surveillance,
So you killed your girlfriend out of jealousy of her cheating on you. Leave, go to your grandma's house, get a gas canister, and come back to burn down the house that has your 2 kids in it, or her kids, whoever kids they are in it. And someone sees you standing in front of the house, so you're caught. So you kill that person so that they can't tell anybody. And you think you're just going to get away with this scot-free.
systems, Armond was seen fleeing the scene of the crime, where he was later picked up by his mother, who was unaware of what Armond had just done. When uncovering Armand's criminal history, it's revealed that Armond had an extensive criminal record, which includes aggravated robbery, abduction, grand theft, 2 counts of aggravated theft, and possessing a weapon when he wasn't supposed to. This would be vital information as the state would insinuate that Armond was fully aware of his actions. However, a psychiatric evaluation had been also conducted, which revealed that Armond was diagnosed with numerous ailments, including disruptive behavior disorder, cannabis use disorder, conduct disorder, depressive disorder, and borderline intellectual functioning disorder, which is specifically characterized by having an IQ below 70. This would help aid the defense's arguments, as they claimed Armond would never have committed these crimes had he not been born with this deficiency. 2 days after
does that really protect you from these type of charges? Because then that would mean there's just so many people who could just have these disorders and kill people and just get away with it. I could get getting a lesser charge, I guess, or being admitted to a mental prison, whatever they're called, but like, there's no way you're getting off scot-free.
Armond was apprehended and taken into custody, where he was questioned by 2 of the lead detectives on the case.
Wait, they didn't say how they found out it was him, if he killed the fucking, the one guy who saw him.
Had just done, where he was later picked nearby surveillance systems leaked on the scene. All 4 victims were pronounced deceased, and an investigation would shortly commence in order to find the culprits. After reviewing nearby surveillance systems, Armond was seen fleeing the scene of the crime, where he was later picked up by his mother, who was unaware of what Armond had just done.
I see. Okay. I didn't hear that
This
part.
would help him had he not been born with this deficiency. 2 days after the homicide, Armond was apprehended and taken into custody, where he was questioned by 2 of the lead detectives on the case. The interrogation begins 2 days after the homicide occurs. Police has already obtained incriminating evidence placing Armond at the scene of the crime, as he was caught on multiple surveillance systems leaving the area. Not only that, but cell phone data would reveal that Armond was indeed at Takira's residence the time the murders occurred.
So how are you doing today? Better? A little bit better?
That's a woman? It looks like a slouched, skinny-ass man from the body physique. How is that a woman?
Have you had a chance to talk to anybody? No, you haven't.
Talk to the nurse.
Okay, you talked to the nurse? But what about any family? Have you talked to any family?
No.
No? You just haven't had a chance to make any phone calls?
I guess they didn't give me one.
Keep your voice up really loud because I'm old and I can't hear.
They didn't give me one when I came in.
Oh, they didn't give you one when you came in?
Only phone call I had is the one I received from y'all. Right there.
The one that you made here when you were in the office? I'm sure though, today they'll probably put you on the phone because I think you can only get on till 8 in the morning till 10 at night. So they may not even have opened up the phone access for you yet. but otherwise you're hanging in there as best you can. All right, when I take you back, I'll make sure that I get you a phone call. All right, and I'm gonna advise you that you're still under Miranda, right? You understand your rights, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so just, I'm gonna go over them again before.
The detective reinstates that Armond is currently under Miranda and is briefly reminded of his constitutional rights to remain silent, unaware of the suspect's cognitive.
So you remain silent, motherfucker. And you ask them to appoint your attorney who you can wait and consult with, so that you don't incriminate yourself further.
Deficiency.
Dumbass.
Detectives utilize the Mutt and Jeff technique, otherwise known as good cop, bad cop. This will prove to be an effective strategy towards the end of this interaction.
Okay, so you want to talk to us a little bit more? Okay. So let me ask you this. Who is Khalid Lipscomb?
That's my aunt.
Oh, that's a woman?
Yes, that's my aunt. Kalita Lipscomb. That's yesterday I told.
Why'd you say it like that? That's a woman? Like Kalita, that's a woman's name. It even ends with a A. And that's not a common woman's name, but that's clearly a common sound or spelling for a woman's name.
My grandmother is Cynthia Lipscomb.
Right.
My father, her son is my father, and she have a daughter. But her daughter is younger than me, so that's what makes it my aunt. So it's my father's sister. It's
And
my
spell her first name.
What did this nigga just say?
daughter. Father. Yesterday I told you, my grandmother is Cynthia Lipscomb.
Right.
My father, her son is my
Oh,
father. She have a daughter. But her daughter is younger than me, so that's what makes it my aunt. So it's my father.
I was like, wait, how did you just mix that up, my
And
guy?
Spell her first name for me.
Keleada.
Oh, there's an A on the end of it.
Kalita.
Yeah.
Oh, Khalida.
Yes.
Okay. And how old is she?
She's 21.
All right. So I have a question about the phones. What is the phone number for this phone? And these are both your phones.
Yes.
Okay. Is there one that you use more than the other one?
Well, yesterday I stopped at East Cleveland gas station. I got this one on because that one turned off. Only thing I could do is since I ain't paid the phone bill, only thing I can do is accept people. So if you call me, I can accept it. If you text me, I can accept it. But I can't reply back because it's off. So I went to go pay this phone bill yesterday because it was only like $70. So I paid this phone bill yesterday. So that's why people was calling this phone. I use that phone now.
Okay, so this phone is up and running.
Yes.
This one is up and running just for incoming texts
Text and calls.
and calls.
Yes.
Can you text back on this phone?
No, I can't text back.
When was this phone not working?
It started yesterday morning.
Started yesterday morning, about what time?
T-Mobile sent me a bill. It's the text message. T-Mobile sent the bill and said, "You looking at? You see text message, see T-Mobile."
Let me get this out. Okay, so they sent a text to you.
T-Mobile, yes. Press it right there down at the bottom. Okay. Right here. That's right. Click that one, and then that's
Okay.
T-Mobile. Right, that's T-Mobile.
All right, so this was at 8:15 a.m. yesterday morning. T-Mobile message important. Your T-Mobile monthly service has been suspended. You will not be able to make calls, send text messages, or access data until you pay your past due balance and a $20 restore fee. Please now pay now or set up a payment arrangement. Okay, and so then after that, you got,
A text from my mother. Good morning. What you doing today?
okay, so you got that at 9:33 a.m.
But I can't text back.
Okay, and no more text after 9:33 a.m. from your mother?
No.
Who is your mother? I didn't meet her.
Nakia Johnson.
What is it?
Nakia Johnson.
Nakia Johnson?
Yes.
Spell her first name for me. And where's Nakia at?
She's probably at work or home right now. I couldn't text her back.
Okay.
So I still haven't talked to her yet.
Okay, do you know if she knows what's going on?
No, I still.
What's her phone number?
It's in there.
So under mother, you have a phone number of.
It should be 2 phone numbers.
Oh, I just see one. But is that a good number for her?
Yeah. Yes.
Where does she live?
On 105 in Superior, and in Park Place Apartments.
Why are they saying the address?
Okay, so wait a minute, your mother lives in Park Place Apartments?
Yes.
And you live in an apartment complex?
Yes.
What's the name of your apartment complex?
That's the same one.
She lives in the same apartment complex?
Yes, my mother. It's my mother, my brothers, my mother, me, my mother, Ricky, that's my brother, and James, Raymond, that's my brother.
Ricky and James are your brothers, same last
Yes.
name?
Yes.
And they're in Park Place too?
Yes.
So do they live with
No,
Nakia?
they have their own separate apartments.
Oh, they all do?
Yes.
Okay, so what's your apartment number?
My mother's not the same one I was staying with. My mother, 1460. That's the apartment number.
Wait a minute,
The
you
apartment.
live with your mother? I thought you lived with your grandmother.
I live with my grandmother. I go back and forth to different houses, like my grandmother's house or my mother's house. Like my grandma go to work at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Though Armond is currently handcuffed to the chair, this does not restrict his kinesics. This can simply be attributed as a mechanism in order to help elaborate his recollection. The detective begins to ascertain who exactly lives inside the apartment complex, along with trying to understand which phone was being used to further corroborate the information police has gathered.
Okay, so the whole family's living in that building?
Yeah, it's like a gated, not a gated community, but it's like a apartment complex. My mother, she stay there. James, he have his own apartment. Ricky, he have his own apartment down the street. He don't stay in the apartment. He stay down the street.
So he's not in the same complex, he's down the street
Yes.
at 105 in Superior?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, so then, I just want to go back to this 1 second here. And does this code stand for something, 04-1493? Is that somebody's birthday?
Mine.
That's your birthday?
Yeah. 4/14/93.
Okay.
Just told this whole code to the
So, Then
world.
your mother, and then the next
I guess that
text,
phone's going to be scrapped.
this is someone expressing their
That's
condolences.
my cousin. That's my cousin. I
May?
just met. Yes, I just met her when we went to Detroit for the family reunion.
Okay, so this is your phone, that's your phone.
Yo, Aiden William GFX, man. I appreciate the follow. Thank you so much, man. How are you doing today?
You had these in your possession Monday night, correct?
That one.
What's up, man?
At home, but I had this one.
Okay, so this one,
I had that one.
which one was on you? This one or this one?
That's one.
This one was on you.
Yes.
And this one was at home in the charger?
Yes.
Okay, and what time was this on the charger from?
From like I can't remember. I can't tell you. I don't want to give you a false time.
Okay, because we looked at this one,
Uh-huh.
and there's no activity on this phone from April till,
Yesterday.
It been off. That's when this phone was on. That one was off. That one cut off. That one got turned back on.
and what time did you turn this on?
Yesterday in East Cleveland, around. My grandma got off work. She left at the house.
Yeah, it was just yesterday. You should remember this.
12-ish.
I'm doing good, Aiden. I appreciate it.
The end of 11, 12 is in there.
AM,
Yes,
yesterday morning.
yes.
So you went to where to turn this on?
East Cleveland gas station across from Shaw High School.
What's the name of the gas station?
Sunoco,
Sunco?
directly across from Shaw High School.
How did you get there?
My father.
Your father took you to the gas station?
Yes.
To turn this on?
Yes.
So this wasn't working,
No.
but this one was?
Yes.
Okay.
The detective begins to inquire about Armand's whereabouts the day of the homicides. Though Armond provides little to no resistance when divulging this information, he's not entirely truthful, as he seems to be leaving out some important information that police are already aware about.
You are saying this one was at home on the charger,
Yes.
but you had this one with you?
Because I got Wi-Fi on that. Anywhere I go with Wi-Fi, I have internet access internet.
But you would have Wi-Fi on this too.
Right, but the bill when you got an iPhone, when you pass through the bill, like the Wi-Fi stop, your music, iTunes, all that stop, and so you can't use music, or you can't. All you can do is call. You can't do nothing else. You can't play music or nothing because you gotta pay the bill, and that's why I passed due my bill a $20 store fee, so that's why.
On this one.
I don't know about any of that because I've never had my phone cut off. I pay every bill. I have auto pay set. I'm not flexing. I'm just saying, like, so I don't know whether that's true or not.
But again, it's working as far as receiving and sending text.
Receiving text and receiving calls.
Receiving calls
Receiving
and
text.
receiving text.
Yes. If you try to call your phone off my phone, it won't work. But if you try to call my number off your phone, it will work.
Okay. So this phone's at home on the charger, and where is this phone? At home on the charger?
No, that was with me.
Okay, and where did you go?
When
Monday night.
Monday night, I was with Khalid. I was Khalid off work. She was with her boyfriend. I was in East Cleveland. She came to pick me up from East Cleveland. I was at home. I stayed home. My grandma was there. My father was there. Khalid
Wait.
was her boyfriend. I was with Khalid. I was Khalid off work. She was with her boyfriend.
Okay, Khalid is the aunt.
East Cleveland. She came to pick me up from East Cleveland. I was at home. I stayed home. My grandma was there. My father was there. Khalid was there.
Did you want to say something?
Yeah, so, remember I told you yesterday, we're trying to eliminate you
Right.
out of this whole realm?
Yes.
So we went out to your house out there yesterday, in Cleveland, I think it was East Cleveland or Cleveland Heights. Spoke with your mom and your grandmother and
Yes.
them. And they provided us a phone.
Right.
Can you tell us whose phone this is?
Khalida.
Khalida?
Yes.
So that's not yours?
No, it's Khalida's.
Okay.
And what's the phone number of
Do
that
you know
phone?
do you know how to access this phone?
I don't know how to get. I don't know how to get in it.
You don't know how to get
No,
it.
that's Khalida's phone. No.
So you're not the owner, it's Khalida's.
Yeah, no.
What's her phone number?
And Khalida is your aunt.
My aunt. Yes.
Okay.
She just.
Is that phone on, Greg?
No.
Turn it on,
Let's see
please.
if I can. Let's see if I can.
I recently watched a few of your clips and I truly enjoy the content you're creating. Aiden, thank you, man. You're a W fucking man. I appreciate it. Hey, content's gonna keep going. We just gonna keep growing, and we're all family.
What?
Siri's not available. You're not connected to the internet. I'm holding.
So can you explain to me
Well,
what?
we're trying to eliminate you out of this. Remember I told you we were trying to look through the phones and everything? So we got an extra phone and that's what I was asking you about. But you're saying that's not your phone, so you can't give me permission to open it.
No.
Because you don't know how to get into it.
No.
All right.
You don't know the code on this phone?
No.
All right, is that her?
Yes, that's my aunt.
After presenting this piece of information to the suspect, detectives begins to cross-examine Khalida's statements with Armond's alibi. As Khalida stated, Armond texted and requested to be picked up at a nearby McDonald's. Video surveillance would capture Khalida arriving at the agreed location, and the suspect is seen getting into the vehicle leaving the area.
You sure? Are you sure that's the number?
Yes. Because if you look in here, I have.
Okay. All right, so, Khalida got off of work from where?
Carvana.
Where?
Carvana.
Carvana?
Yes.
Where's that at?
Out Euclid, like
In the city of Euclid or on Euclid Avenue?
Euclid Avenue.
Okay. And that was Monday night at what time?
Like at 3 o'clock, 2:30, 3 o'clock.
In the afternoon?
Yes.
Okay. And then what?
Then I called her, asked where she was at. She came.
You called her from which phone?
I called her from my phone.
This phone, okay.
And I called her, she asked where she at. She said, I'm getting off work. I'm like, okay, I need the keys to get in the house, my grandmother's house. So she came and got me. I went to my grandmother's house.
Speak up.
I went to my grandmother's house,
Speak up.
Okay, where did she come and get you from?
East Cleveland.
Where were you at in East Cleveland?
McDonald's.
Like Taylor is a Taylor Street, and she came pick me up. Her and her boyfriend came pick me up and took me to the house. And then when I got to the house, my grandma was there, my father was there.
What time did they pick you up?
Around like 4ish.
Okay, where were you at?
I was just in EC smoking.
Just standing on the corner?
No, it's not no corner. Like it's where the park at. Like it's a park right there. So I was walking. It was 5 minutes away from my grandma's house.
What's the name of the park?
Ravine Park.
Ravine?
Yes.
Okay, so she comes and picks you.
So wait, I'm confused. Was he said 4ish? Was the crime at night, like 4 in the morning or in the afternoon? Cause this all seems weird. Hold on, let me just. I just want to get that fact down real quick because I don't feel like rewinding. Do any of these have like a time? I don't feel like rewinding, bro.
You up,
Yes. I was walking towards the house. She come pick me up, take me to the house.
okay?
I said I need the keys.
Well, you don't have the keys to your grandmother's place?
Yeah, but the keys is, I think y'all gotta know, but the keys I had, I left in the house. I left my keys in the house. So she come get me, I went to go get my keys in the house, grab my keychain. She let me in the house. My grandma was in the kitchen cooking food. My father in there getting the stuff cleaned up out the living room. And then I was in there, I was sitting there talking to my grandmother. And then I put my phones on the charger. I fell asleep. I woke up, seen the text that I had.
Okay, let me stop you there. Put the phones on the charger,
Yes,
both phones.
yes, because it's a nice, where I sleep at, it's a nightstand right here.
You have your own room?
No, it's not my room. It's just my father's room when he was staying there.
Okay, so when your father's not there, you stay there.
Yes, sometimes, yes. Or I
Okay.
sleep downstairs on the couch, watch TV, but most of the time I'm upstairs in the bedroom.
So it's upstairs. How many bedrooms in this place?
4.
There's 4.
Well, it's not all used as bathroom because only 2 rooms have beds.
After briefly inquiring
What?
into Armand's whereabouts throughout the day, detectives purposely asks questions they already know the answers to, as they know that Armand was not picked up at a park as he claims. However, the detective digresses and continues to inquire further into the living quarters, along with attempting to ascertain a timeline to further corroborate cell phone data.
Your grandmother Cynthia's.
Yes.
The other one is your father's.
Yes, and then there's one is a back room, like a sitting room, and then one is Khalid's. But Khalid's room is just a closet with covers and clothes because she don't have no bed in there.
So she stays there too sometimes.
No, she stays there.
She does.
Yes, she just
Permanently?
Yeah, she just sleep in the bed with my grandmother.
She sleeps with your grandmother.
Yes.
Okay. So you went into your father's room, put the phones on the charger,
Yes.
and you went to bed.
Yes.
What time did you go to bed?
I went to sleep. Wrong.
Why is it zooming in? Nigga, what time did you go to sleep?
I can't give you a specific time.
Well, do you have a TV in this room?
Yes.
Were you watching TV?
No.
No. What were you
The
doing?
Wi-Fi don't plug up. I went in the room. I smoked my mom on the porch. Came in, went in there, ate something, got something to eat. Went upstairs, see my grandma. She was in there laying down eating. I went in the room, took my shoes off, took my clothes off, laid down, went to sleep. Woke up the next morning because I heard my grandma. I went downstairs. She got to be at work at 6 o'clock in the morning. So I went downstairs, looked out the window. The window I'm looking out of is the driveway. See her truck gone. So I went back upstairs, grabbed something to eat. Went back upstairs, looked at my phone, seen the text message.
So,
Like,
Again,
no one's
approximately.
talking about any of that.
what time did you go to sleep?
Around like 7
AM?
Between 7 to like 9:30, 9.
Who puts a number after the 30?
So 7 p.m. to 9:30?
No, between that time.
Oh, between those
that
2
time, I
hours,
was
7
there.
p.m. to 9:30.
Yes.
It's 2.5
Okay.
hours, but we're
And
working with
then
you.
Was it dark?
It was getting there. It wasn't totally dark, but it was getting there.
So you did this murder in the
Okay,
light, bro.
So are these townhouses, condos, or apartments?
Apartments.
Okay. So you don't do any maintenance around there, do you?
No, the only thing I do around is my grandma's house. Cut her grass, clean up, plant the flowers. The neighbor
You're
next.
talking about Cynthia?
Yeah, the neighbor next door. I help put mulch down on their yard. You know what I'm saying?
But this is an apartment complex and you mow the lawn?
No, that's my grandmother's house. My grandmother's house.
Okay, so we're talking about Cynthia.
Yes, Cynthia, yes.
And this is where you stay sometimes,
Yes.
your father stays sometimes,
Yes. And
your
Khalida.
aunt stays sometimes.
Right. No, Khalida lives there.
Kalita lives there.
Yes, I-
Sorry,
Kalita
sorry.
lives there.
She just doesn't have a bed. She
Right,
sleeps
because
with
her
Brent.
room, her friend
mother.
was spending the night. Her friend brought bed bugs to the bed. They had to throw the bed out. That's why she don't got a bed in her room. That's why she sleep with my grandmother.
Okay, but you actually mow the lawn there?
At my grandmother's house, yes. At
What?
1019, yes.
Why doesn't the maintenance do that?
Yeah, it doesn't make any
Don't
sense.
pay them to do that. I cut the grass.
Okay, so
That's
there.
Their maintenance is paid, it's tied in with rent and everything. What do you mean? Like, when you're in an apartment complex or a townhome, that's all included. You don't pay them each time to cut the fucking grass. It's something they do for the whole community as a whole.
19, yes.
She has an actual lawnmower that she keeps there?
Yes.
Where does she keep it?
In the garage.
Okay. I've never heard of an apartment complex where you
Neither
have
have
to do your
I,
own
ma'am. Neither have I.
lawn. Most of the time it's done, the apartment complex hires a company that comes in and does it.
Right.
Right, nigga. So
Why are you doing it?
Because it's my grandma's house. I'm cutting her grass.
But if somebody else is doing everybody's lawn, I don't understand why you would just do it.
All I do is cut my grandma's grass. I live with my grandmother's house.
Okay.
The detective expresses the oddity of Armond cutting his own grass, as opposed to the landlord hiring people to do so. After this confusion subsides, detectives begin to inquire about the day after the homicide, as Armond claims he received 3 text messages. One that was sent from his girlfriend to Kira, stating something rather disturbing.
And so you fell asleep between 7 and 9:30,
Yes.
and then you woke up about what time?
About 6:15
A.M.
a.m.
And that's, now we're talking about Tuesday morning,
Right.
and that was yesterday morning.
Right.
And you said you got up and you looked to see if your,
Because I heard a car in the driveway, so I went to the driveway window, look out the window. Her car was gone, her truck. So I'm like, okay, she went to work. So I went back up, I went to the kitchen, went back upstairs to the kitchen, got something to eat, went back upstairs, look at my phone. I seen I had a text message. I look at it. One was from Kira. One was from my mother. One was from T-Mobile. T-Mobile was basically telling me I couldn't make no calls or make no text messages. My mother texted me.
go ahead, I'm
My
listening.
mother texted me saying, "Good morning, what you doing?"
It's an alarm.
yeah, no shit, it's an alarm, buddy. We know what it sounds like. Like Captain fucking Obvious.
So 3 people text me on T-Mobile,
Carol.
Yes, they all texted me that morning, but I couldn't respond to neither one.
Okay. So you were unable to text at all on Monday morning?
Monday morning?
Yeah, when?
No, Monday morning the phone was on. The phone shut off Tuesday early morning. That's when the phone shut off. That's when I got my T-Mobile message.
Okay, so all day Monday you could text
Yes, I can
and
tell.
receive text.
Yes.
Okay, so Tuesday morning, about what time it shut off when they sent this text?
When they probably like a little bit before they sent that text, cause the phone, when they cut your phone off, they automatically get shut off. And then when T-Mobile stores open up, that's when they shoot you the text like, okay, your phone is off.
Is that how that works? I generally I don't. I have T-Mobile, so I don't know.
But you said when you got up, you saw the text.
I saw Kira, my mother, and other texts.
Okay.
From T-Mobile.
That's when, but I couldn't text nobody back.
Then how did you receive this condolences from May today at 8:29 a.m.?
Your phone is off. You can receive texts and calls.
Okay,
Right.
you just
I
can't
can't
respond.
give it
I
back.
understand that.
Okay, that's what I'm
Okay,
trying to explain.
sorry.
I can't give it.
Got it.
Okay. I can't give it back.
I got you.
So you wake up and you see this text from Kira, and it says, Armond, I let Michael come see Aubrey, and he trying to burn my house down. Please help me.
Yes.
Okay. So did you know who Michael is?
No. All I knew when I was locked up, she said that's Aubrey's father. That's Aubrey's father. They've been having issues and back in the past. But when I came home, I never met him, never seen him. Can't tell you what he looked like.
This didn't concern you, that text?
Yes, but when I went to EC gas station, I woke up. Oh, my father took me to EC gas station. Got that phone on. So when I got that phone on, Naya called me. Martez called me. That's Kira's little brother.
Wait, no, never mind. I had to.
Mama just got a text saying Michael did something. Boom. I'm like, where y'all at? I'm panicking.
So if
I'm
we
panicking
looked in
now.
this phone, we would be able to see those
Missed
calls.
calls, yes. You see Martez, his name Ted, but his real name Martez. You will see Naya. Naya is the sister. And you will see Naila. Me calling Naila. Naila, what's going on? Naila, what's going on?
As Armond tries to get detectives to believe his fictitious story, they decide to digress, avoiding any form of confrontation, as this may cause the suspect to shut down entirely and request counsel. Instead, the detective begins to inquire into the clothing Armond was wearing the day of the homicide, in order to now corroborate surveillance footage.
Okay. When you go to sleep at night, how do you sleep? In your drawers, in pajamas?
Drawers is hot upstairs. The upstairs is more hotter than downstairs. So I turn the fan on, sleep in my drawers.
Okay. And Monday night when you went to bed, you plugged these two phones in. What did you have on? What clothes did you take off?
I took off a t-shirt, a plain white t-shirt.
Like that?
Yeah, because I got a whole bunch of them folded up on my stand. Plain white t-shirt, some boxers,
Here, I'm
some
gonna let
boxer
you do that.
briefs, I had these tennis shoes on right here, and I had on some black jogging pants.
Some black jogging pants.
Yes.
And when you woke up Monday morning and looked out the window to see if Cynthia had left, what clothes did you put on? The same clothes?
Same
Or
clothes.
did you change clothes?
When I
Wait, I'm sorry. I wasn't.
stand, plain white t-shirt.
Okay. And
Drawers is hot upstairs. The upstairs is more hotter than downstairs. So I turn the fan on, sleep in my drawers.
okay. And Monday night when you went to bed, you plugged these two phones in. What did you have on? What clothes did you take off?
I took off a t-shirt, a plain white t-shirt.
Like that?
Yeah, because I got a whole bunch of them folded up on my stand. Plain white t-shirt, some boxers,
Here, I'm
some
gonna let you
boxer
do that.
briefs, I had these tennis shoes on right here, and I had on some black jogging pants.
Some black jogging pants.
Yes.
And when you woke up Monday morning and looked out the window to see if Cynthia had left, what clothes did you put on? The same clothes?
Same
Or
clothes.
did you change clothes?
When I Monday, Tuesday morning,
Tuesday.
yeah, I put this on. This is what I had on.
Okay, Tuesday morning you
Yeah,
put
just I
that
had
on.
this on. I had
Same
this
shoes?
on. Yeah, my same shoes, my Nikes.
Okay. And you never left the house with either of these phones between the hours of, let's say, 9:30, because that's when you said you went to sleep. Between 7
and 9:30.
and 9:30. You never took these phones off of the charger, and you never left your grandmother's house in Cleveland Heights. You never went anywhere. And when you woke up in the morning, were these two phones still on the charger on the nightstand next to where you were sleeping?
Yes, because it's like a power strip that with different plugs.
You know where power strip.
So these are your phones, nobody else uses your phones, right? That's what I'm asking you.
Okay, so,
Now is where we cook you, buddy.
and I wanna verify that this phone number,
Now's where you let us cook. You kept talking about your family, you're home eating this, your grandma eating, you went upstairs, your mom's eating. Now's where we cook. We about to eat.
is 507-1712.
Yes.
Okay, so,
Action. Press them.
these are calls that you received yesterday, which would have been Tuesday.
Yes.
Is
That's
Martez?
Yes. Excuse me, sir. Can you adjust these, please? Like my hand. Can you turn it this way?
Yeah, we can get your wrist in, you mean straighter?
Yes.
Well, you figure out how you want them to be comfortable, because I'm gonna put them the way I want them when I put you back.
Okay, so you were in possession of this phone all night long.
Yes.
Well, I can tell you that after looking at cell tower information in connection with this phone, that you were not at home.
No, I was at home.
No.
Listen closely.
I'm missing.
That
Oh.
after,
This is where we go.
so you were in possession of this phone all night long.
Yes.
Well, I can tell you that after looking at cell tower information in connection with this phone, that you were not at home.
No, I was at home.
No,
Listen closely.
I'm missing. I was at home.
no, you weren't. This phone went to the area of East 63rd Street. And this phone went into the house
No, I was at home. I never went to the house. I was at
of
home.
Kira and
Why
your
bro
baby.
just immediately start
No,
crying?
listen, I was at
Like,
home.
No, listen to me.
I'm listening.
Listen, just pay attention.
Okay.
The phone records aren't gonna lie.
The phone records show that this phone left your house.
I was at home. Oh, y'all don't understand. I was at home. I was at home with my grandmother. I was at home. That's where I was at.
No.
That's-
No, and you know why?
Let's stop the lies right now.
I'm not lying. Can
Yeah.
I talk to my grandmother, please? Please.
Well, wait, we'll let you talk to her. The phone left the house, and the phone left the house with you. And you went over there,
No, I did not go.
and you killed her.
No, I did not.
The only thing I do not understand is how you could possibly burn your children alive.
I did
Can
not.
you explain that to
I
me?
did not. I
Listen,
did
I have
not.
video of you.
We have video of
I
you.
have your your aunt talking to us, telling us that she picked you up in the area at the time of this occurrence.
No, no, it was not.
wearing the same clothes that's in that video.
What same clothes?
We have a video of you.
Oh, no, I did not do nothing.
Okay.
No. I need to talk.
Listen.
I need to talk to. I need to talk to. I need to talk to my lawyer.
Armond.
I need to talk to. Can I talk to a lawyer? No, I need to talk to a lawyer. I need to talk to a lawyer. I need to talk to a lawyer.
As Armond is being confronted with this evidence, we observe our first glimpse of raw emotion as he begins to panic incoherently. This inevitably provokes Armond to retract and request the presence of his lawyer before continuing. This request is acknowledged and the interrogation begins to conclude.
Okay, Armond.
Should
I'm
have did
so
this
sorry
earlier.
for your loss. I just can't understand
I need to talk
how
to my
this
lawyer.
could happen.
I need to talk to my lawyer.
Okay, I'm just expressing myself here.
Okay.
I do not understand, and by the grace of God, I truly wish that you could give us some explanation. The only thing that I can think of is that you were jealous because she was.
That's not it. That's not it.
It's an alarm.
She was jealous, or you.
Why was she so pissed when the phone rang? She shoved it to the office like, nigga, shut that off. I keep ringing for her while I'm in my interrogation.
Is that you were jealous because she was.
That's not it. That's not it.
It's an alarm.
She was jealous, or you. I'm sorry, you were jealous because she was with somebody else. I mean, I can
If that's the case, you
only.
can look at my phone. I have other females that I was texting and talking to.
That's fine, but this phone went to her house. You're hitting, let me show you. You're hitting off of these towers. These towers. This is her house. This is tower number 1. This is tower number 2. This is tower number 3. They're all right by her house. That's this phone hitting off towers all around her house.
No, can I talk to my grandmother, please, Mom?
Yeah, I'm expressing myself here. I just don't understand how your jealousy and rage would cause you to.
Once they request counsel, don't they have to immediately conclude any questions, interrogation, and go get the counsel? Like, couldn't a defense attorney then go into court and say, hey, they still kept questioning him and asking him stuff. They weren't giving him the right to exercise his right to remain silent and get a counsel from like a lawyer or whatever. Couldn't the defense attorney in court like go against the state prosecution specifically for this?
Kill her.
I did not kill her. I did not kill her. I don't own no gun. I did not kill her. I did not do nothing.
And then
The evidence
set the
shows
house on fire. I don't understand why you didn't take those kids with you. Why hurt them when you're mad at her?
I did not hurt nobody.
I can understand being jealous. I can understand wanting to hurt her, but not the.
Well, actually, I guess she didn't actually question. She didn't ask any questions. She just said she's expressing herself, and she just had clear statements and sentences. She didn't ask any questions.
Kids. I just don't understand that part of it. I mean, in my mind, it's really hard for me, but
I did not.
I can only think that maybe you were just striking out and trying to hurt
I
someone.
did not talk to her.
I don't understand it. We've got the cell records show. You're telling me that this phone never left your house, but it did. It traveled. Your own aunt is saying she picked you up that morning from that area right there.
You can't. I
And
mean,
took
she
you
basically,
home.
yeah,
So
she took away your
you can
alibi.
lie all you want. I mean, if there is any way you could give us an explanation so we can explain to her mother and her brother how this whole thing came about. The only thing I can think of is you were jealous.
No, I'm not jealous. Nothing. I don't jealous. Excuse me, can I? Excuse me, man. Can I still
Yes.
get a call you say I can get, please?
Yeah, But we're gonna take you back. If you have no explanation for this, I mean, we're not gonna come and talk to you again. I think we
This
have
is it. You get your
enough
opportunity
here.
right now to come clean, and, you know, I understand you don't wanna speak with us anymore, and I'm not gonna speak with you any further. But this is it. This is it. If you want to talk to us, you can always come call us back or whatever, but you're telling us you want to speak to a lawyer, I'm not gonna stop that. We're done.
The male detective decides he's heard enough and takes the initiative to completely end the conversation before transporting Armond back
They
to his cell.
in the beginning of this interrogation, they said it's supposed to be a good cop, bad cop technique. The bad cop didn't say, this nigga didn't say nothing but 10 words the whole fucking interrogation.
The female detective expresses a few final thoughts and tries to understand the motive behind his actions.
I just need to talk to my grandma.
Well, I can't control that. You can contact an attorney or whatever. But we're done with this right now. I don't see how.
Trying to accuse me of something I didn't do. That's what I don't get. Like, trying to accuse me of something I didn't do.
We know you did it.
I did not do nothing. I did not do nothing. I'm telling you I did not do nothing. I told you from the
I
beginning
know.
I did not do nothing.
But everything is pointing in the other direction. Your own relative is saying she picked you up. Your own phone records are putting you in the area. I don't know how you can dispute that, Armond. I'm just trying to understand as a woman, and I mean, I've felt jealousy and rage before,
I haven't.
but I certainly couldn't hurt my children.
I haven't.
Okay, let me show you this. That's her address right there. Here's your phone hitting off of these towers. They're not over here. You're not out here. You're not over there. Your phone is hitting to this side of the tower. This side of the tower. Not the back side, not the other side. This side, and there's her house. And I think that you shot and killed him because he caught you leaving the house.
I don't know what you're talking
Then,
about.
The David dude.
then we see you leaving and going back to Cleveland Heights. So this is her house, and this is your phone. And these are the dates. Can you see the dates here?
Yes.
7/9/2019.
Excuse me.
And then this is your phone number. And then that is the time that you were back home at 8:27 in the morning. These were all same phone number the day before, which was, you see the date, 7/8/19. You see the times?
All right, we're gonna.
Can you tell them how your phone call to my grandma, just like you said? Huh?
I don't know.
Jim, hold on.
I need to talk to my
What are you going to tell your
I
grandmother?
need to talk to my grandma. You said I can get a phone call and get back to my grandma.
Yeah.
Tell your
Hold on.
grandmother you're gonna be charged eventually with this crime. Tell her that.
Damn.
In September 2022, the trial of Armond Johnson would soon commence, and Armond's criminal history, along with the psychiatric evaluation, were the prime topics of discussion. The state would argue that Armond was fully aware of his actions, despite his intellectual disability.
The fact that someone has served periods of incarceration can also affect their ability to obtain employment, is that correct?
Yes,
And he did have periods where he did odd jobs, had a job at a hotel, is that right?
the only formal employment I'm aware of is 2 weeks at a hotel. He would talk about like shoveling snow and mowing lawns.
He's able-bodied, correct?
Yes,
He told you about the ability to go to the hospital and try to establish new primary care with the doctor, correct?
I don't believe he told me that. That came from the records.
So there's a record that he tried to establish medical treatment by getting a primary care physician, correct?
Yes,
I mean, mean, is that something you would expect somebody with a 5th or 4th grade reading and math level to be able to do?
If their mom set up the appointment.
Well, this was when he was an adult, right? He was 19 according to your records.
Right, but if just because he went doesn't mean he was the one who set up the appointment.
But you don't have any information to indicate that he wasn't.
True, yeah.
However, the defense would rebuttal that since Armond is at a cognitive disadvantage, he would have never committed these crimes if he never experienced severe childhood trauma.
Maslow's hierarchy of needs, where do we place Armond? Or what are the things that you described to us about Armond, about family or neglect or education or lack of being treated for the inability to understand? How do all those things fit into Maslow's hierarchy of needs?
So I would say that at points of Armand's life, some of his physiological needs were not met, right? If he didn't have clean clothes, wasn't bathed, didn't always have reliable food, things like that. His place he lived was sometimes had hazardous conditions. So there were definite points where his physiological needs were not met. Not all of his life, but points. So when that's the case, that's really all that you can think about is getting that next meal or feeling like, you can have a place to go to the bathroom. But when those are met, then you can kind of go up to the next level. So there were times when his physiological needs were taken care of, and he, we think about safety. There were, whether it was safety in DYS, where there was a lot of violence in his neighborhood, which was a high crime neighborhood and not safe to be outside. Just feeling safe was kind of a daily struggle. And then, just with knowing that your needs are going to be taken care of, right? Or you talked about different instances where they weren't, so not really trusting that even though, we have a roof over our head, like, is mom going to be there, or what's going to be the caliber of that interaction? So I'd say there was large periods of Armand's life where those safety needs were not met. And then, with love and belonging, Armand describes having a very close relationship with his aunt, particularly his grandma, his father, and his mother as well. And feels very close to them. And that I would say is maybe as high as Armand has been able to get on that during different points of his life. But once you're missing one of those lower levels, it can take up a lot of your energy, right? So even if you have food, you can be kind of hyper-focused on when's my next meal coming. Even if you are safe in a locked room, you can still feel like someone's out to get you. So even if the needs are met, there still, can be a really lingering impact on the times when they weren't met.
Due to the severity of the crimes, the death penalty was applicable but unable to be an appropriate sentence, as this would directly violate the 8th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution.
Excessive bail should not be required, nor excessive fines imposed, nor cruel and unusual punishments inflicted.
Consider subscribing to GBP Under 30 Minutes, where I plan to present a summation of these trials, which will be easily digestible for the viewers who are interested. Armond was eventually convicted of a crime by a jury and was sentenced to serve 4 consecutive life sentences without the possibility of parole. Armond Johnson is currently being held in the Northeast Ohio Correctional Center. Under 30 Minutes, where I
Why is Sarah Boone? Why does that name sound familiar?
plan to present a summation of these trials, which will be easily digestible for the viewers who are interested. Armond was eventually convicted of a crime by a jury and was sentenced to serve 4 consecutive life sentences without the possibility of parole.
I feel like I heard about this story. Somebody shooting homeless people with a rifle or something like that. No, there was a different story. It was JCS inspired. I don't know if it's this person, but he was killing this homeless person.
Armond Johnson is currently being held in the Northeast Ohio Correctional Center.
That's the next request, but damn, bro. Yes, because that doesn't make sense. You don't cut your own fucking grass at an apartment complex. They cut it for you. Like, I was dumbfounded too. Damn, that's hilarious. Skeptical of his 70 IQ score. I put him at 89. No, they said he's below 70, my guy. Think I've been watching shows. Yeah, honestly, they once I haven't watched all the JCS, the original ones, but once I watch a lot of them, it's like seeing these other inspired channels to do the same thing. I'm glad that he was able to inspire them to actually continue the thing, or like the concept he's doing. I really like it. Um, this was a kind of a boring video. I'm not gonna lie, because it was just a lot of her talking, trying to get him to like. I know they have to like get all the details first to get their story before they break it down, and then tell them the real story of what happened, because they try to pick out lies. But she went about it in such a slow, boring way. Maybe it was just that she was like just so weird and fidgety about it. It was annoying. Um, but that's gonna be this video, guys. I appreciate you for watching. Please make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel, man. Um, y'all have a nice day. Take care and peace. And I'm gonna see you in the next video.